G'day! In today's video I'm working on a Telstra Evok Plus 2 and I'll be doing a teardown on this one. I am hopefully going to be replacing the charger port. This one's about half a day old and the person has damaged the charger, so that will be getting repaired. So to begin with, I'll look for the SIM tray, which is located over here. And I've just misplaced my SIM eject tool. There we go. Pop that out. And now I'll be working on the back to get this open. So a thin metal pry tool and some isopropyl alcohol, and that should get me in here with minimal issue. And unlike other ones, the frame starts over here. This is going to come apart easier than expected. I'll switch more to a fatter pry tool. Zoom you guys in a bit closer. And I should be able to slide this into the gap just here. There we go. Now I do have to be careful of the back button or the back power button. Don't know if it's a fingerprint reader or not, but we'll soon find out, or at least find out how it's connected. There we go. Go. And here we are. So even that says Telstra, we knew it was going to be ZTE. So I will take off this. I don't really need to, but for the sake of the teardown, let's see what we can find. Now we do predict all these screws are going to be identical, as usually the budget brands always stick with the same screws. Even Samsung seems to be doing that lately, which is very handy. And there we go. Warranty sticker, goodbye. The warranty was voided when the screen got broken. Scarily enough, it looks like we contain almost an NFC or wireless charging pad right here. I'm going to assume it's NFC, which is quite surprising on a machine of this price. Now with all those screws out, this should flick up. At least I'm hoping for that. No, it's being very stubborn. One more screw hidden right here. That will do it. And another one to the other side of the camera. Go. There we go. Now from here I will disconnect the fingerprint scanner. That's going to be a bit confusing putting that back in, but we'll figure it out later. Here I can disconnect the battery. I would say that this connector here does look to be the screen. And we have the connection down to the daughter board here. So we have a 4000 milliamp battery. And let's proceed to the charger port. Just dropped my screwdriver and lost that screw. Not good. There we go. Come up. And as we can see, we have a single connection here to the daughter board with the Type-C here that I'm going to need to replace. And from here, flick that up. So we did figure out due to the daughter board not containing anything but the charger, the vibrating motor and the aerial loudspeaker, this here must be the display if you do need to replace it. So if you do need to replace your display, you're going to also have to disconnect this daughter board to mainboard cable, remove the battery, and from there you should be able to peel this down. You wouldn't have to worry about this bottom section of the phone down here to replace the screen. but do note that anyway. Next up, I'll disconnect the antenna cable over here. And with the heat that I've currently got going through the board, I should be able to lift up this daughter board pretty easily without too much restraint. There we go. Do it over this side too. So my heat pad is at 75 degrees Celsius, so it is quite warm on the fingertips right here. I am planning on working my way over here to the vibrating motor. Try and get it to lift up as well. Yep, there we go. There we go. And we're out. So from here, you can see the damage to that Type-C port there. So hopefully I've got a spare to replace that with. From here, I'll just quickly zoom in. You can see the various components from there. Luckily, with Chinese ones as well, with most Chinese screws, since they're not going for an IP rating, this particular Type-C isn't glued or has any glue over the pins, so they're fully exposed, so I should be able to use a heat gun to remove that and replace. I'll be back in just a moment. So in a bit of an anticlimactic ending to this video, I didn't actually have a half-height Type-C jack available. So I had plenty of full size, but nothing of this size. So typically they go for a bit longer, and yeah, I won't be able to replace this one. I'll have to track down another Type-C port for it to do it. Anyway, that will do. As I might as well leave it in bits and get in contact with the customer. So there won't be a reassembly process in this. The biggest drama you're going to have is feeding this evil snake back through. So I believe, to give you guys a bit of an idea, I'm pretty sure we feed it through. Which way do we connect? So we have to feed it through a little bit to begin with. Connect it up. No, that one. That one to the right is the battery. You need to go to the left-hand side. Reinstall it. And then we've got to kind of snake it around like that. So put in all your screws and whatnot, and you should be able to snake it around and then work your way back to getting it all back together from there. Anyway, I hope this helps. And that's the teardown on the ZTE, aka the Telstra Evoke 2. Bye. Damn those names.